There's your spooky laugh for the holiday season, gang. Kawaii50 here, back with another FGO video, and gang, it seems like my historical figures that are horribly frightening, that should also be in Fate Grand Order, was a video that was pretty well received. So of course, I want to go ahead and come back with another video, this one focusing on the more monstrous characters. Now, you know me, if you've watched any of my streams, I talk about this constantly. Characters like Zhongyu, like Ivan the Terrible. These are the kinds of designs I really like to see in FGO, and I would like to see more of these characters populating this game. It'd be fantastic. There's ways for artists to go absolutely insane. But of course, for a lot of the fans out there, there is of course potential for any or even all of these characters to just straight up get turned into an anime girl and become a waifu, much like Medusa. So, who knows? Go ahead and use your imagination. Anyway, here are 4 characters I really think would be absolutely excellent additions to FGO's mythology, as monstrous characters or otherwise. And if any of these characters is even slightly spooky, well, consider going ahead, liking, and subscribing. Now, this first character, and few of these characters, are actually very easy tangential picks, antagonists that we could see established servants actually come to some sort of understanding with, or some antagonistic nature with. Characters it'd be really weird to see fighting side by side. And of course, my first pick for this is Grendel. Now, if you don't know Grendel, he is a character from the Anglo-Saxon epic poem Beowulf. And on top of that, Grendel also has his own book about his perspective before Beowulf came and slew him. Now, a little bit of backstory, Beowulf is a descendant of Cain, who I personally think is the Grand Berserker, but now it maybe could be Beowulf, who knows. Grendel is described as a creature of darkness, exiled from happiness and accursed of God, the destroyer and devourer of humankind. He's sometimes depicted as a monster, sometimes depicted as a giant, or just something really weird and supernatural. I always personally pictured it as a creature with arms a lot longer and ganglier than its body, but there's a lot of different ways you can describe Grendel. One of the most horrifying things is from a translation of some lines from Beowulf. Every nail, claw, scale, and spur, every spike and welt on the hand of that heathen brute was like barbed steel. Everybody said there was no honed iron hard enough to pierce him through, no time-proofed blade that could cut his brutal, blood-caked claw. There's lots of potential to get really spooky with Grendel, and of course seeing Beowulf's reaction on seeing his old foe return would be very good indeed. For our next pick, let's pick something from Greek mythology, since of course that gets wild and absolutely crazy, and my choice would be Typhon. No, not Typhon from my much beloved Final Fantasy franchise, but Typhon himself. Typhon, who attempted to overthrow Zeus for supremacy of the cosmos. Typhon, who was cast into Tartarus and buried. Typhon, a crazy antagonist with wings, with crazy snake feet. I quite like this picture I'm putting up for you, this depiction by Holar of Typhon with just straight up snakes for feet and being just a regular ass dude on the top. Absolute insanity that I quite enjoy. We of course know that with FGO that they've gone a little off the rails and a little more sci-fi with their rendition of the Greek gods. Yes, I'm keeping that in there. So I really feel like they could go absolutely crazy with Titan. Give us a Titan with the regular man's body, but give him crazy Dr. Octopus tentacles instead of legs. Thank you so much, DW. There's your idea. You can send my check in the mail. Now, of course, we already know that one of the most horrifying characters in Fate Grand Order is Nursery Rhyme, as attributed to her numerous war crimes. However, there is a creature that could even give Nursery Rhyme a bit of pause. And of course, that creature is the Jabberwock, whose original illustration I can just straight up put up, because that alone is absolutely horrifying and wretched. Jabberwock, of course, originating from a nonsense poem by Lewis Carroll that was included in Through the Looking Glass, the sequel to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which talks about her adventures in the Looking Glass land. Of course, for a more topical and recent rendition of this character, you can of course look at American McGee's Alice, a series that I personally quite adore, to see a truly horrifying rendition of the Jabberwocky in old school polygonal we barely know what we are doing glory. I really think I only need to show you the Jabberwocky for you to realize how absolutely insane this creature could be in FGO. You don't even really have to go super out there with the design. Just go ahead and chuck what has been shown here in front of us, and I guarantee players would like it. Or if you want to go even crazier about it, go ahead and waifu the Jabberwocky, I guess. I guess it's allowed. And I'm going to be straight up with you, gang. This final creature is really the whole reason I made this video, because I want to see it happen. A creature that is honestly one of my favorite creatures in all of folklore. But let me show you this picture of Asagami Fujino destroying the bridge in her noble phantasm. Of course, it seems like everything is fine, but what's here? Look closer. Closer. And even closer. That's right. Underneath the bridge is, of course, the majestic Mothman. Now, he is not like the Mothman that we all know and love, the Emperor himself. No, this is the actual Mothman. Some of you outside of the US might not be familiar with the legend, so let me explain. Mothman is a creature from West Virginia folklore that was reportedly seen in Point Pleasant between 1966 and 1967. There was a paper that said, couple see man-sized bird creature something. Mothman has since become an absolute phenomenon in the field of cryptozoology, and it is said that the Mothman will show up before a truly tragic event occurs. The main focus, of course, being the collapse of a bridge that unfortunately claimed the lives of quite a few people. Mothman was seen before that, and there has been a continual debate. Was Mothman there to destroy the bridge himself, or was Mothman there as a warning, a harbinger of disaster, out there to protect humankind? I mean, who really knows? Who really knows what Mothman is? Is Mothman an alien? Is Mothman a supernatural manifestation? Is Mothman an unknown species of animal? Or is Mothman something entirely different? Well, that could be up to Fate Grand Order to decide, and knowing FGO's track record, it would be absolutely insane. So gang, that is my pitch. If I personally could pick one horrifying creature to be in Fate Grand Order, it would of course be the Mothman. But of course I want to know what you all think, so if you think that there is a horrifying creature from the annals of history or mythology that would fit well in Fate Grand Order, go ahead and let me know down in the comments section below. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I like when I get opportunities to pull things like spooky monsters and all of that and sort of imagine what could have been or what could potentially be in this game. If you want to talk more FGO, of course, my Discord is always open. I want to give a big thanks to the patrons on Patreon, the followers and subscribers on Twitch, and of course, all of you subscribing on YouTube as well. I hope you have a phenomenal day and an even more phenomenal Halloween. And I'll see you all next time.